Have you ever noticed how saving money feels brutally slow at the beginning, almost insulting in how little progress you make? You put money away month after month, and the numbers barely move. Meanwhile, people with money seem to grow it effortlessly, like their accounts are on autopilot. That difference isn't luck, it's not intelligence, and it's not some secret strategy reserved for insiders. It's math, and it's momentum. Today, I want to explain why the first $100,000 is so difficult to build, why everything changes once you reach it, and how understanding this can completely reshape the way you approach money. Why the beginning feels so hard. When you're starting out, wealth building is painfully manual. Every dollar you save comes from effort, from restraint, from saying no to things you want right now in exchange for something abstract in the future. There's no meaningful investment income helping you, no momentum, no cushion. At this stage, progress depends almost entirely on your behavior. If you invest $3,000 or $5,000 and earn a decent return, the gain barely registers in your life. A few $100s over a year doesn't feel transformative, it feels disappointing, and that's exactly why most people quit early. They assume the system doesn't work. In reality, it's working exactly as designed, it just hasn't had time to compound yet. The moment the math flips. Now imagine reaching $100,000 invested. At that point, the same average return suddenly produces thousands of dollars per year, sometimes tens of thousands over time. Money starts showing up without you directly trading hours for it. That's the moment when effort and reward finally begin to align. Your savings rate still matters, but now your capital contributes meaningfully. Growth no longer relies only on discipline. It's supported by momentum. This is where people say, money makes money, not because it's poetic, but because it's observable. The psychological shift no one talks about. The financial change is important, but the mental change is bigger. Before $100,000, investing feels fragile. Every dip feels personal. Every setback feels like proof you're failing. But once your portfolio reaches a certain size, volatility stops being terrifying and starts being background noise. You stop reacting emotionally. You stop chasing quick wins. You start thinking in years instead of weeks, and that mental shift alone puts you ahead of most people. Why most people never get there? The biggest obstacle isn't income. Plenty of high earners are broke. The real problem is lifestyle expansion and short-term thinking. Money comes in, lifestyle rises to meet it, and nothing meaningful is left over. Convenience replaces intention. The biggest obstacle isn't income. Plenty of high earners are broke. The real problem is lifestyle expansion and short-term thinking. Money comes in, lifestyle rises to meet it, and nothing meaningful is left over. Convenience replaces intention. Spending becomes automatic, not because people are careless, but because modern life is engineered for immediate gratification. Without a deliberate plan, wealth never gets a chance to form. How the first $100,000 is actually built. There's no secret vehicle, no magic investment. The fastest path to your first $100,000 is brutally simple. Increase the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Invest that gap consistently. Give it time. That's it. It's not exciting. It doesn't make for viral headlines. But it works. Saving and investing a meaningful amount every month does more for your future than any clever strategy layered on top of inconsistent behavior. The challenge isn't knowledge, it's repetition. Why the second $100,000 comes faster. Once you reach that first milestone, something important happens. You've proven to yourself that you can do this. You've built habits, you've built tolerance for delayed rewards, you've built confidence, and you've built optionality. Opportunities that were impossible before suddenly become accessible because you have capital and patience. The part no one warns you about. As you start prioritizing long-term wealth, people around you may not understand it. Spending less looks like deprivation to someone who's never experienced financial security. Choosing restraint can be mistaken for fear. Discipline can make others uncomfortable. You'll need clarity about why you're doing this, because without a reason strong enough to survive discomfort, most people drift back to the default. The truth about where you are right now. If your bank balance feels discouraging, that doesn't mean you're behind. It means you're early. Every financially independent person starts in the slow phase. The frustration you feel isn't a failure signal. It's part of the process. Wealth isn't built in dramatic leaps. It's built quietly, then noticed all at once. Final thought. Your first $100,000 won't arrive quickly. It won't arrive loudly, and it won't arrive without sacrifice. But once it arrives, you'll understand why so many people say the same thing. The hardest part wasn't the money, it was becoming the person capable of building it. The math will take care of the rest.